Okay, Stephen, I will introduce Dr. John Olarte. He's from Colombia, but this is your
Nice
clinic.
to meet you, Dr. Olarte.
And Stephen is running for a mayor, but also he's a councillor from one.
Which includes this area right here that we're in right now. Yes.
Uh-huh.
Well, hopefully you'll be our mayor then.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, so I was first elected in 2018, and I've been representing you here for now 2 terms. And this is an important one. This particular building too, when I first was elected, it was just starting to go through the conversion to become into a condominium for businesses. Before it was all rental, and then it was all separated into condominium type ownership. And I've worked on many files in this very complex to get businesses like yourselves situated here, because the one thing that I think we all need to realize is red tape is too much, and try to get things more streamlined to make sure that you can walk in, turn the key, and open your business sooner.
So yeah, welcome to our place. This is a clinic. We do have pharmacy, we have an optometrist, a cardiologist service, 4 physicians, and physiotherapy. And next door to us, we have a dentist as well. So before, I think this was like a ballroom for...
It was Bowden Catering many moons ago, and now there's the lady that her and her husband that own Bowden Catering. They're leaders in helping Parkinson's locally, in a group called Passion for Parkinson's. But they were here for many years as a catering company. So it's good to see that you've made great use of the space. It's a beautiful, bright hub to provide wellness for everybody.
Yeah, so we do cater mostly to the Spanish community. We have maybe 4,000 patients right now, and growing.
Wow.
And there is many more that need a family physician. So I'm working right now on recruiting, actively recruiting physicians that speak Spanish so we can grow our clinic more. Most of the people involved, they do speak Spanish, the dentist, the pharmacy, physio. So that's our idea. Like there is a lot of orphan patients that need help, and they'll prefer in their language.
Absolutely, but also it goes to show as well just the thriving Hispanic community that we do have in Mississauga and in the GTA.
Yes.
But most importantly, that people are coming to Mississauga.
It is.
That's what I think is the most important.
This is the staff lounge. We do have this for medical offices. This is mine. And then the other doctors are here. There's a pediatrician and a family physician here. And that's
what a change in space from what it was before.
But you remember.
Yeah. So when you got the place, was it a shell or was it still
No, it was
the old
completely
catering?
like shell. There was nothing. They had removed everything.
They removed everything.
Yeah, it was just like maybe concrete floors and the ceilings, like, metal beams. That was it, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And here is the physiotherapy. They do have like office. I'm sorry I cannot open because it's upstairs.
That's fine.
That's where they have 3 treating rooms here, and there is a gym over here. Next door we do have a full dentist office. I think they have like 4 clinics or 4 stations there.
Right.
I think there's 2 or 3 dentists that come there to work.
It's a great space, and it's nice and bright.
Yes.
The high ceilings and everything.
Helps,
Makes a big difference.
It does, yeah. So it's, we opened in 2022 in July, August, and took about a year for things to start working, and right now
You opened at a challenging time.
It is difficult. Yeah, it was very difficult, especially the high rates, changing the rates for like the loans, and also post-COVID. But I had this idea for many years. I wanted to try and help the community to have our own space.
Yeah.
So challenging, lots of work, but it's been.
But you made it.
Yes.
You made it a reality.
It's real now. Yes, sir.
And how was the process? Did you find working with the city to get it open? Did you have some challenges, or?
Yes, there were a few. We had to have like there was a setback in terms with the parking, but we got the help from whoever was coordinating this area, and he helped us with the city. It was smooth at the end. Yes,
It was me.
It was you. Thank you.
I remember the place that you had, there was some space back here that they considered it different.
Yes.
And so that was me.
That was you. Thank
Yes.
you. Yes. Yeah, we had a hurdle there, but at the end it worked out. It worked out.
I remember that.
Yeah. And
But over, like the rest of the process was okay? Because I remember the end of the process, but the rest of it.
It takes a long time. I think it took permits and applications, and like we wanted to move quick because the bank gives us like some time, like interest-free time to get things going. So we wanted to get this rolling really quick.
Sure.
And the process took maybe a little bit longer than I expected. I think it was overall with the city was about six months. And it seems like that's the normal time frame. That's what the architect told me. And besides the hurdle at the end, it went well. Like it was just long. Maybe something like this, if it can be done shorter, I guess you'll improve things for businesses, right?
And that's where I think we need to streamline things. If you want to get open, then each business is a little bit different. Type of business can be a little bit different, but the process should be refined so that you know what you're in for from start to finish, and with a timeline that makes sense too.
Exactly.
And to be able that you can actually talk to somebody.
Yes. Yeah. The city is cooperative. It's just like it's a long process. It's just the way it is, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if that can be streamlined, it will be even better, right?
Yeah, I agree with you 100%.
Yeah, because the banks will give you like some time off with no interest charged on the loans.
Yeah.
So then you use that time to build up, but you cannot start doing the building before you do get all the permits.
Right.
And that takes a lot of time. And I mean, this is not my field. I understand it takes time to get things done right the proper way by code, and that makes sense.
Yep. And I think doing everything right and to code is one thing, but making sure that it's in a reasonable time frame and that it's not complicated.
Exactly.
You should know what you're signing up for.
Yes.
So that you can get to treating people.
Yes, exactly. Get the doors open and start doing the business, right? Yeah.
Agreed.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. So my question to you is, what would you like to see in the next mayor of Mississauga?
I'm not really sure, but I think help with transportation.
Yeah.
That seems to be a challenge for my patients, like getting to places in Mississauga.
Right.
That we don't have a subway, and that we rely on public transportation, but perhaps that could be better. We could maybe have more routes or more ways to move people around. Because Mississauga as it is, I think it requires having your own car to move around. It's really hard to get to places, right?
And that's what we're working on now. So this was a city that was really developed and built around the automobile. And now as we're becoming denser and more mature, we're making ourselves into a cosmopolitan city now. We need to find ways of getting people around more effectively and efficiently and have more choices, where if you want to take a bus, you want to take the light rapid transit, you want to take a GO train, you want to take your automobile, you want to take a scooter or an e-bicycle, all that should be on the table for you, and you should figure out what you want to do, or ride sharing, etc. And some of the things that we have done in the meantime, we've been working on our light rapid transit along Highway 10. Dundas has got a bus rapid transit, which I still believe should be a higher order of transit, which I think we need to do some work on that. And then of course there's down along the lakeshore area, where we're seeing a lot of growth, is we need to have some transit that makes sense down there as well. So we're building all of those components right now, but you can never build it fast enough. But in the meantime, what I'm a big believer of is I want to get feedback from yourself, your patients, other people you know, in terms of what you think our top priorities for transit should be. Because we can talk about what we want up at the city, but I'm a big believer that it's everybody in the community. You're the ones that know what we need, and that's where the input needs to come from, and that's where we need to deliver on.
So any chances of extension of the subway lines to Mississauga, like something that gets, for example, to the Square One Cent, like that would be ideal, right?
So right now, what we've talked about as a city is having a bus rapid transit that would go from Toronto all the way out to the University of Toronto Mississauga campus, and that would connect with the new light rail transit, or the LRT, the Hazel McCallion line, that would intersect. I would like to have a look, quite frankly, to see if there's some other concepts that we could do before we stick a shovel in the ground for that Dundas corridor, to see if that makes a little bit more sense. Because we have one opportunity to do it, I want to make sure that we do it right.
Thank you.
Bueno, muchas gracias, doctor Olarte, por de verdad permitirnos estar aquí y bueno, y atender al Councillor Stephen Dasko. Thank you so much for being here and to open the door for the Stephen Dasko.
And thank you, Dr. Olarte. Thank you so much for having us, and thank you, Isabel, for connecting everybody. It's amazing how everybody comes together to make a great community, and the Hispanic community, of course, is so important in the city of Mississauga as we grow. And it's a large community. I don't think a lot of people fully appreciate how large the Latin community is, but it's growing, it's thriving, and a lot of it, quite frankly, is because of everybody in the community. And Isabel, for example, that does so much with the annual festival as well.
Yes. Cesar Blue, like Social Blue. Thank
Absolutely.
you so much for coming here. It's a pleasure meeting you.
Well, and thank you for having your clinic here in the city, and it's very important,
And
I
your work.
think. And also in Ward 1, I happen to be very partial to where you've located, but it's very central location. But what we need to have is a proper transit network as well to get people to and from your clinic and all around the city in a reasonable time frame too.